Hi, how you doing? Are you ready for another magical time? Another fun time and wonderful memory of the wonderful world of the spiral time. Ah, dang. I'm gonna walk by the river after last weekend. Gosh dang, the river sounds extra nice. Ah. Hi, Crow. How you doing? Whew, another hot summer day. Loving it. Actually, that bird, that crow, should have flown away by now. There's something probably wrong with it. Okay, so yeah, today's episode we're talking about a very important episode, an important part of human nature, which is self-importance. We all want to feel useful and important. It's part of love, loving yourself and loving others. Try to make people feel important and useful, and make yourself feel important and useful by speaking good to yourself, even with your own inner dialogue about yourself and stuff like that. And on and on and on. It's because things start from within the microcosm, and we create things with the power of words and thoughts and imagination inside of ourselves, and then we make it happen in the physical world, in the macrocosm without us. So our thoughts, things start from our thoughts, that's where in the creative process, because we're humans, and creating things and out of intelligent thoughts is exactly what we can do in these frail bodies. But in the end, our political problems, our physical problems, many of our problems have mostly to do with our lifestyle because of that, So our characters in today's story are trying, they're looking for an easy way out, like one pill that solves all your problems, and it makes them vulnerable to a new character in Under the Witch's Moon, a salesman that's on TV all the time, and it's an important character, and it creates the narrative creates the dialogue creates an important meditation that's relevant today. Are you guys ready for another magical episode of Under the Witch's Moon? Hey, Ange, wanna hang out? Does Howdy Doody have wooden... never mind. Well, okay, let's, later that day. Ladies and gentlemen, I have for you the invention for the next era. Charm milk. Oh yeah, charm milk. Charm milk? Charm milk removes the following common ills: the cold, headaches, sciatic nerves, the flu, chickenpox, sore feet, gas, diabetes, diarrhea, and STDs. All you have to do is have faith in every word I just said before you just now. My beautiful brothers and sisters, go home now. Collect me so much money you won't know if you'll be able to eat until your next payday, when you make your next payment. On your said faith, you will then come back tomorrow, and I will give each of you one bottle. And meanwhile, only watch approved stuff like on my blog. That night. Now, see what we have here? This is a good example of the here and there of the battle between faith and belief. Both have their advantages and their disadvantages, but everything isn't about a competition. Different things are different tools for different times or different uses, because part of the natural tendency for a living creature is to feel useful. Here we see the characters in this story wondering if they should research or not as they begin to research. Look, Rat, I'm going to research. I'm going to see what we can know about this supposed charm milk and see what this is all about. Bro, dude, check it out. Look at this stuff. It says this guy has been selling this stuff to people and making a fortune and running off, and it doesn't actually do anything. It's like that movie Leap of Faith with Steve Martin. Yeah, it's another example of why you gotta teach your kids about unity and diversity. It takes all kinds, Everything's a perspective, You gotta just kind of let these things go. But if you're educated on aware, you're awake and you know what's going on, then you can just make it through without it turning into this, thing where you have to figure out what's happening. I remember back when I was a Christian, we called it having oil in your lamp. So yeah, you can see they just about fell for it, just about bought the charm oil. He was a fraud, and they knew that. But that's just when cognitive dissonance can set in for some people, because we don't want to be alone. We want to be part of a community, and we want to feel important, and we're lazy. We want a one pill that fixes all. So the idea of like a cult leader doing everybody's thinking really appeals, because it creates a community and people can just kind of live their lives within the mechanisms of that community. But that's when it becomes dangerous. It becomes an echo chamber, and it becomes a bubble inside of a world, and like our school teachers taught us when we were kids. And it's kind of weird that how the world turned out, that they didn't those values didn't remain. I mean, for apparently a lot of people it was fake, but unity and diversity, your rights aren't violated when you let, there be unity and diversity. That's how you honor your own rights and your own, is when we honor each other, and there shouldn't be marginalized groups, and we shouldn't need there to be an enemy, like it's all immigrants or it's all, this religion and only our religion's true, and turn it into this straw man competition, and then activate all the cognitive dissonance, and then everybody huddles together, and then everybody starts believing lies, and they become experts at backing up the lies of their cultish leader, and it just, that's not the original idea with America. It was in there. There was always peoples that thought that way, but they're the ones that tended to lose the battles and lose the wars to create this great country. And now they're trying to destroy it because people have got snobbish, It's just another name for the opposite of a free thinker, and that's a lazy mind. The crows kind of got up and moved about. Crow, are you okay? I don't know, because sometimes crows really like it. It might even be a crow that I fed in the past. And it's like, oh hey, well that's just Angie, I'm not scared. That is kind of possible, but look, it moved, it's in a different position. But I don't know, I'm going to stand up and see if it scares it away. Hello, crow, are you okay? I guess I should see if I scare you away if I walk towards you, or what? Because, aren't you supposed to be scared? You got beat up? What'd you get, chewed by a dog? You got ran over by a car? So it can fly. It's there. Look, its ruffles, its feathers are ruffled up. I think that you probably just needed some time to yourself. You just flew. I think it's probably okay. there's definitely something wrong. It probably just got, a dog just bit it or something. And it just needs to get back to itself. See them all. They're all over the place. One of the cool things about nature, like everything's so interesting. Like there's like rocks all over, and there's like little bubbles or something at first. Like little bubbles of lava or chips of giant mountains of lava, maybe more likely. They were split in half by an earthquake. We all connect within. It's the one love.